How does Kenya treat divorce and divorcees?
In my experience and in the experience of a number of women I know, it's faster now than it was initially years before.
Yeah.
Years before, you would go to court, then you'd be told, go and think about it. Then you'll be given like a year to think about it, go seek marital counseling. But that has changed.
We were not going there for therapy.
Oh, you are going
going
for the
as plus ones so that these others can be fixed.
You're like, what's wrong on a machine? One side.
Yeah, then it happened that we were actually the problem.
Am I the drama? Yes, you are.
Because during that 7 months, because like when you stay away from someone, like you moved out, like you're not living together. I think towards the 7th month, I was like, you know what? Maybe I can start seeing someone.
Oh,
maybe I can date around. The guys, now it just blew up everywhere on all the blogs and platforms that Victor Peace is cheating on the wife.
Yeah.
And then I was like, bruh.
Ready, set, let's go. I'm on the way up. I'm on the way up. I'm on the way up, going all the way up. I'm on the way up. I'm on the way up. I'm on the way up, going all the way up.
And you're watching the SNS. Hey lovers and friends, welcome to another episode of the SNS. We are so back! We have a new look. This is a new season, new beginnings, new location. Clock it. Now, we'll just jump straight in. We are living in a time where engagements and weddings seem to fill our timelines, yet divorce and separations are also on the rise, especially among millennials. Now, unlike our parents and great-grandparents' generation who stayed together till death do us part, our generation seems to be rewriting the rules of love. Now, for those who observe, the Bible says in 1 Corinthians 13:4-7, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It always protects, trusts, hopes, and perseveres. But in a world that is constantly changing, how far can love truly endure? On one hand, we are seeing extravagant weddings, dreamy proposals, full bridal parties, designer gowns, showers, etc. But on the other hand, we are seeing quiet separations, public heartbreaks, and a rising number of divorcees. So, today I want us to talk about it honestly and deeply. Is marriage as an institution breaking down, evolving, outdated, or simply being redefined? So to help me unpack this today, I have two amazing guests who I will let introduce themselves. I don't know who wants to start, but I'll start on this side.
Ladies.
Okay, ladies.
All right. My name is Shiku. I run a commercial cleaning company. We offer cleaning, commercial cleaning, pest control, soft landscaping, and gardening services. And Stephanie happens to be my sister.
And on my right, we have...
my name is Victor. I'm a content creator and recently started a digital agency called Unorthodox. Check it out. Yeah, and Stephanie does not happen to be my sister. Now I remember about
Now, to help me unpack this, of course, I'm joined by Shiku and Victor, both of whom have walked through marriage and on the other side, divorce. So, in the beginning, let's start. I don't know who wants to start. Maybe I'll start with Victor.
Yo.
Yeah.
How long were you married for? And how many years has it been since your separation or divorce?
We were together for 7 years, married for 4.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's been, I think, 4 years now.
Yeah, since your divorce. Shiku?
We were married for 7 years, and between separation and divorce, this is the 5th year.
Okay.
Yeah.
7 years happens to be...
Yeah.
Is it like an actual thing, or is it like a myth? Is it a fact? Ukifika 7 years, if you can 8 years, thank God. Do you think it's an actual thing?
There's something called the 7-year itch.
Okay.
So I think it's an actual thing, but really when you look at it, marriages break down all the time. Marriages break down before 7 years, marriage break down 25 years later.
Yeah.
So it just happens that 7 years is where quite a number of marriages seem to
you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So Shiko, take me back to that season when you were married. Who were you at that time and what drew you to your partner then?
Wow.
It was the year.
It was so many years
Mtoto
ago.
mchanga.
So first, I got married when I was very young. I met my ex-husband, who is now deceased, when I was 23 years old.
Yeah.
So I got married when I was about 24. Yeah, I was turning 24, I think. Who was I?
Who was Shiku at 24?
Well, a girl who had very little self-awareness, if I'm being honest. You know, at 24, you think you know a lot. You think you have lived life. And because I had like a small car job,
You were just
and I
like,
was making my little money.
how
I was
did
like,
Hey, you went for that concert.
you know,
I felt like, like, what's the next thing? I am working already. I'm making my small money. Like,
Yeah.
what's the next thing? What's the next thing? And as a girl who grew up on a heavy cocktail of fairy tale stories and those Mexican things we used to watch.
so to do it. Huku nachiza
No
awe kwenda.
wonder.
At 24, I was looking for somebody to complete me. Because that's what I knew love is. Love is you find somebody, they complete you, and then you live happily ever after. So that's the girl I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very far removed from the woman I
That
am
you are
now.
now.
Yeah.
Clock
Notice
it.
the difference. Girl,
Woman.
Why?
Yeah.
Even
Kijana
I was a boy.
Boy child.
I feel like it's crazy because I think we also got married at around, I think it was 23 or 24 during that time. And same thing, like I knew, I think I was doing photography at that time and like my career had peaked. And we were like maybe 6 photographers in the country. So like I was kicking it.
You were
So
just like,
yeah, I was like, even, the car, the house. I was like, you know what?
Bakisha Sabini.
Yeah, let's finish this equation. 1 + 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got married and I don't think, I think I was really young and I can't even compare the person I was then. I was very naive and not exposed at all. I didn't live life at all.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
All right. So I'll ask this to the both of you. Looking back now that you're on the other side, what do you think were the early signs that things were starting to break down? Where things just started to say, hey, nambari jitoe, kidogo tu.
Yeah.
Chico
Let's go
started.
fast.
Yeah. Let's go fast. Tuambie sasa hivi.
I think looking back, like the moment, I feel like the first 2 years were crazy. So we didn't really have time to pay attention to what was happening. I think like I was fighting for my life because the job I had after the wedding immediately, like I was told to bounce. And so now it was like trying to hustle and trying to figure out life. So I think I wasn't focusing on the marriage. I think, but the point that now after everything stabilized is when now I feel like I, like for the first time, like looked around and was like, this thing is not working.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're not intimate. We're so distant from each other. Everyone is just doing their own thing. So I think that's when I started questioning. I was like, hey, I don't think this is how it's supposed to be.
Okay. Now I'm curious if, because you talk about it collectively, but is there a moment, you know how they usually say that someone can say something and you just know, we are not going far,
Yeah, I think it was during, it's just so funny because I organized with a friend of mine who's a therapist. We organized a retreat for couples.
Yeah.
So I was like, you can make money as a therapist if we just get like a number of whatever couples.
Yeah.
Then they pay this amount. We go to Masai Mara or whatever. We make money. Then after you planned everything and it was successful, then I was like, now because we have like I've planned everything, can I get a slot for 2? So she was like, like the tour company was like, yeah, cool. So we were not going there for therapy.
Oh, you were going for the
as +1s so that these others can be fixed.
You're like, what's wrong on a machine? One side.
Yeah, then it happened that we were actually the problem.
Am I the drama? Yes, you are.
I think the moment that really stood out to me and that really clocked it was during that therapy session, we had a group, whatever, we were sitting around. And then I looked around and I was like, everyone was just like this. Either holding hands or like holding each other.
Yeah.
And then I looked at us, we were like boys, like she was here and we were like this.
Just
And I was like, yeah,
there's a problem.
Yeah.
Shiku?
So for me, we got our son very first year of our marriage. So 2014, my firstborn was born. So, and then I started my company and another 9 months later. So like 3 years were a haze.
Yeah.
I am raising a baby. I am trying to build a company. His career was also growing. But you could see even in those 3 years, you could tell that something wasn't quite right. Of course, intimacy was, almost non-existent. And there's a lot of fighting and bickering.
Yeah.
But the way you tell yourself, this is just the normal marriage things. So that continues for, a big part of the marriage. But I think for me, where I realized that this was actually not going to work was towards the very end of our marriage. I experienced malevolence from him, and that I don't know how I couldn't unsee it. Yeah, or I couldn't let it be one of those experiences where I say, okay, that has happened, let me forget it. Yeah, so that for me was the end.
The breaking point.
Yeah.
So just to piggyback on what you've said, Shiku, now you have come to the decision that this is not working.
Yeah.
As a woman, did you feel judged for that decision, whether it was from family, from your friends, your work colleagues, church community? What was it like?
So mine is a little complex in the sense that, and he's the one who left first. And then a couple of months later, there was talks of reconciliation, but I refused to reconcile.
Yeah.
And that's where the judgment started.
Yeah.
So yes, I did feel heavily judged. I mean, we've had this conversation even with Mom. I felt like she didn't support me in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I don't blame her because she didn't understand what I was experiencing, because at the point she understood, then she started supporting me. But in the beginning, I also feel like I wasn't giving her enough information to go by.
Yeah.
I experienced a lot of support from Dad, which was very
Surprised.
strange. Yeah, I was expecting her.
One thing about her mind will shock you.
Yeah, but the one conversation I had with Dad, and I told him, this is what is happening, this is what I have been going through.
Yeah.
He told me, I don't understand why you've been going through so much and you've not been saying it. I am your father. This is your home. That was the first time Dad said the word love to me.
Yeah.
But he said, we love you. All of us as a collective, we love you. And he said, whatever decision you make, I have your back 100%. So yes.
Okay.
When it comes to the community, of course, yes, but I will say my church really supported me.
Yeah.
I go to a very great church. It's called the Current Vineyard Church. I didn't feel judged.
Yeah.
I felt everybody, my pastor understood the reason for my divorce. I felt supported. I had people to work with. We even have divorce care in church for people who are going through divorce.
Yeah.
So I felt very supported by my church. Yes, I can't say I really had a community beyond my family and church because I didn't have very many friends. I only had my best friend, Sonny, who really supported me. So,
yeah. Okay. So let's over to you, Victor. I think for you as a man, did you feel stigma walking away? Because I think society often praises women for leaving toxicity. We're just like, you go, girl, leave that man alone. But I think in the same breath, we sometimes shame men for admitting something didn't work.
I think, that was a huge, especially coming from a point where I thought life was 1 + 1 + 1. Like you grow up, get a family, get a house. So in my head, I had this checklist.
Yeah.
And then for the first time in my life, nothing was in control. So I was like, okay, now I failed.
Yeah.
What do you do after this? Yeah, so I remember, I think the hardest part of it was that after we separated, we talked, and she asked me if we could like keep this thing quiet as we figure out what we want.
Yeah.
So for a long, so it went on for a long period of time. So I'm here, I can't tell anyone, I can't tell my parents. I'm alone in the house. The only person who actually knew was my close friend. And she used to come check in on me because I was just in the house alone the whole time.
Yeah.
So I think that was the hardest part. I couldn't tell anyone for like 7 months.
Wow.
Yeah. So we kept it quiet through till maybe November. But I think once it got out, because it got out in such a weird way.
How did it get
so
out?
Messy. It's because during that 7 months, because you know, like when you stay away from someone, like you moved out, like you're not living together. I think towards the 7th month, I was like, you know what? Maybe I can start seeing someone.
Oh.
Maybe I can date around. I was like, maybe I'm ready.
Surprise.
So I did that.
Yeah.
It blew out of proportion. So now, because no one knew that we had separated when we were not together, now it just blew up everywhere on all the blogs and platforms that Victor Peace is cheating on the wife.
Yeah.
And then I was like, bruh. So the screenshots are being sent to my mom, to the whole family, like my aunts,
then now
all
you have
those
to start
things.
explaining from 7
So now
months
my mom
back.
is calling me to tell me, don't listen to these people. People just stop. I was like, chill. It's actually true that we're not together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it was crazy.
Now for Victor, because since then till now, till date, you're still in the public eye. I'm curious what you think of couple goals. Like, do you think there's a performance culture, those highlight reels? Do they add pressure to real relationships? I don't know what it was like then, because right now I feel like it's even heightened.
What are you talking about? Like, 50 years old.
See, you're an old one. I don't know what it was like then.
I know, but yeah, like I feel like, especially like, because we even had a channel on
together.
YouTube. Yeah, and I feel like it projects an expectation that is not attainable. So a lot of couples now start looking at that and they're like, this is what we want, but these are just highlights of your life. Because like we'd sit down and put the camera and be like, so what are we talking about today? So we do that. So you guys will just see us in that moment, but you're not seeing everything else in the background. So I feel like it sets a lot of unattainable expectations that people now compare their own relationships to. So you're always looking for the greener pastures based on what you're seeing other couples doing. So yeah.
Okay. Shiku, now that you're on the other side of marriage, has it changed what love means to you now?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So no more Cinderella.
No more
Cinderella.
No more looking for somebody who completes me.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that I have learned is relationships generally and marriages, which is a form of a relationship, only work when two complete people come together. You must be complete in yourself. And I know that goes around a lot, and sometimes it goes over people's heads, like, why must I complete myself? What is all this self-work and self-love? But those things are essential to a relationship working. I have a definition for love now.
Okay.
Can I read it?
Yes.
So it comes from a book that my sister, my other sister, got me, Wairimo, All About Love by Bell Hooks? Bell Hooks.
Yeah.
Yes, Bell Hooks.
Like Bella Hadid.
And it's something that's been taken from a book called The Road Less Traveled by Scott and Peck. So 2 books anyone should read. So it says, I first learned to understand love as the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. And when we think about that statement, I think the first thing that, of course, jumps out is spiritual growth. And the way people think about spiritual growth is church, the Bible, like that's the imagery that comes to your head. But that's just such a small part of spirituality. For me, spirituality is to be able to live to my highest, truest fullest expression. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
To live to my highest, truest, and fullest expression. So love for me then is to be met by somebody who will enable me to live to my highest, truest, and fullest expression. And I can do the same for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I'm going to ask you this because you are a woman. There's, in the beginning of this video, I was quoting the Bible, 1 Corinthians 13:47, you know? And also in the same intro, I talked about how there's a difference in generations where I think this generation and the next are rewriting rules of love. So initially our parents and grandparents would be to death do us part.
Yeah.
So do you think now, as this generation, there's a lot of self-love and empowerment and all that preaching? Do you think the rise of those things, especially among women, has led people to leave sooner, which means either they're not staying, I guess, long enough to fix it, or has it helped them make better choices?
All right, I think it's a bit of both.
Okay.
I feel that there are some marriages that can be salvaged,
Okay.
but the two people, maybe one person is not interested or both are not interested. And I feel like for some,
Yeah.
it's actually necessary to leave sooner,
Yeah.
especially if you're going through abuse. And abuse is not just physical abuse as we knew. Like there are so many forms of abuse nowadays that somebody can subject you to. Sorry, what was the question?
So now, do you think the rise of self-love and empowerment has led people to leave sooner, or has it helped them make better choices?
It's both.
Yeah.
It helps people make better decisions. But also on the flip side, yes, people are living sooner in situations where the marriage could have been salvaged.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Victor, when you hear people say love endures, what do you understand by that? Do you think there's a cost of this endurance? Can love truly fix everything?
And I feel like the things logically, like from a sensible point of view, like you should be able to endure because it won't be rosy. Because I think that's what a lot of people think.
Yeah.
And even like when I talk to guys who are getting into marriage, because I try to not be a party pooper, because I can see
the joy
and the light in their eyes.
So,
we're getting
just
married.
there like snap that candle.
It's like, shut up, Victor. I know what you said. You failed.
Failure.
So, but I see that light, but I'm like, at the same time, that there's going to be a lot of moments where you probably need to really endure someone. And I always say that if both of you don't choose each other, then there's no way it's going to work. And I think we had this conversation recently. I was like, the problem I've seen is that a lot of people have a wild heart. So you're constantly chasing a high. So even in your marriage, like you've stayed with this person for 2 years, you're like, like now they start.
It's not
yeah,
giving.
it's like, it's like, like this is not it. Like, and it's very small things that if you actually endured and rather like be calm about in your heart, then you'd be able to actually see the marriage through.
Yeah.
So instead of chasing a high every time, you're like, oh my God, look at this guy now in my whatever, on my DM, in my DMs now telling me that he can do this and this. My husband doesn't even do this and this. So that's a constant state of insatiability, which is not sustainable.
Okay. So this is maybe for those that are considering that journey. I want us to talk about the systems in Kenya. So culture, religion, and law. How does Kenya treat divorce and divorcees? What does the process look like? How long does it take? Is it like, oh yeah, sign 20? Yeah.
In my experience and in the experience of a number of women I know, it's faster now than it was initially years before.
Yeah.
Years before you would go to court, then you'd be told, go and think about it. Then you'll be given like a year to think about it, go seek marital counseling. But that has changed. Nowadays, the law is very clear. If both of you have decided and there's no like contentious issues, in 6 months you have both your certificates, your NISI and your absolute. Yeah.
Was it the
Mine
same
has
for
been
you?
different. No, I expected it to be easy because I thought, like, We didn't have kids. We don't like have shared property. I was like, this should be like 1 + 1, very quick. I've said 1 + 1 a lot, gosh.
Yeah, just right there, Victor, 1 + 1.
Yeah, but like it drags.
Yeah.
I'm like, the judge is not available. Wait for another 4 months, another 4 months, and another 4 months. I'm like,
So how
and
long
then you
did
know
it
that,
take in
and you know that
totality?
process also takes away from you.
It's
Like,
draining.
because it's very draining, because like you'd be separated for like say 3 or 4 years, and you've healed. You think you're healed,
Yeah.
and you've lived your life. You're not even talking.
Yeah.
And then you get an email from your lawyer, and it's like, then now it brings again all those things again, and
Yeah.
I'm like, now I have to see this person again, and we have to start like talking about this. So I feel like that's the part. Even like if I was to ever do it again, I would not involve the government.
So how would you do it?
I don't know. Let's sign a contract with a lawyer.
Okay.
Get your lawyer. Just sign a contract. You're like, cheers.
Okay, so now we're usually told that finances play a big part in divorces. Now, in our current economy with job instability, inflation, and the rising cost of living, do you think those pressures have made modern marriages even harder to sustain than those of our parents?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it was very different in our parents' generation. I remember my mom telling me, my mom, our mother.
Oh no.
I remember our mother telling me, Kitambo, we were all the same.
Yeah.
We were all struggling. We were all like, there wasn't so much disparity. So her and her friends were like on the same level. You know, you're all struggling in this way. You're mostly living in a rural setting. There's no social media to be able to know, oh, this one is doing better. This one has been bought for this and all of that. So it was really no pressure. But even she admits that being married, she says that she would find it very difficult to be married in our generation because the disparities are larger. You know, there's so much connectivity and connectedness. I'll always know how that couple is doing, how that couple is doing. And
it's like an information overload.
Yes, there's that constant comparing. So yes, I do believe that financial strain is a big thing with couples nowadays. And then also add to that, in the 90s, that was the girl child movement, right? So women really progressed, if we're being honest, and the men perhaps not so much. So you're finding you're the same age, but the woman is, she's a couple of notches. She's doing a couple of notches better than you. And that wasn't there previously. The men were doing well. The women were supporting.
Yeah, supporting characters.
Supporting characters.
Yeah. Victor?
No, and I always say that the millennials are like the testing ground for this whole new system. Because we grew up seeing that dynamic where the dad provides and the mom earns lower or whatever. So now in your family, like in my head, I know if I get married, that is the dynamic I'm used to seeing. But now you're exposed to now this new dynamic where, okay, now all of us are making so much money. She's even making so way more than I am. And I'm like, so what is my purpose in this relationship? Because you're told, even in, let's say, church, in the counseling, premarital sessions, you're told you're a provider, you're a protector. Then now it's like, bruh, so I'm in this marriage, but I don't know what my role is anymore. And I think that's where, like, a lot of us have to redefine what marriage looks like for our generation.
Yeah. Okay. Shiku, if you could sit across from your younger self, so the 24-year-old you, the version of you just about to say, yes, I do, what would you tell her? Don't do it. It's a scam.
Like, no, you don't.
So here's what I normally say. If I had to go through everything I experienced to be the person I am today, then I would do it all over again.
So you tell her,
I tell her, brace yourself.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy, but out of this, this union, you'll get like the biggest joy of your life, which is my kids. You know, I have 2 beautiful boys. So I would still do it, but I'd be wiser.
Okay.
I'd be wiser. I think because therapy, during our time, that time we're getting married, therapy was for couples. You couldn't say, I am going for therapy. You'd be asked,
Why
are you
has
okay?
happened?
Like, you having a mental chat? And you'll be told, in our family, we don't have mental diseases. So why do you need to see a therapist?
Yeah.
And they used to be called counselors anyway. So even you don't go and sit down with a counselor. So I would have sought therapy. I have tried to sort out some of the issues that I had. Which was my attachment style was a very big problem. I used to have an anxious attachment style. I feel like that was quite a challenge to manage for me. I imagine it was also a challenge for my spouse to manage. I think he would also have sought therapy because we came as two very wounded people with very big, now we can say childhood wounds. Previously, we didn't even know what they were called, but with very big childhood wounds. So yeah, I feel like I would have told her, do it, brace yourself, seek therapy.
Yeah. Kaza mwendo. Victor, what would you tell the younger version of you just about to say, I do?
You know, again, as a, like, generally, like, I think everything happens right now. That's why I think everything happens for me and not to me.
Okay.
So that's my mentality right now. But if there was a possibility to go change the timeline,
They pushed it back.
I think I'd have just been like, let's just be friends. Because we were really good friends.
Yeah.
And that's what I really loved about that whole thing. Like that one we excelled at. So I was like, maybe we didn't need to actually just transition into all these things. We'd have just remained friends and like be very aware of incompatibilities. And also I'd be like, stop being a savior. Because I had this savior complex, I think, growing up. So, and that always, it's very easy to mistake that for love. Because you're trying to get someone out of a bad situation. And then you start finding form of whatever emotional connection to them. So I'd also be like, fix that. Like, you don't need to save everyone. And that doesn't mean if you save someone, or even save, like if you help someone, it doesn't mean that you guys are now compatible or intimate. It's supposed to be together. So, yeah. And also I was very young. Like as a guy, like you don't have to get married at 23. 24. There's so much I've learned in life. Like I've opened my eyes so much. I'm like, wow.
Nobody needs. It's not just as a guy, even as a woman. Nobody needs to be getting
like you don't. Just live life, enjoy life. Learn your lessons, experiment in your career, like grow, and then finally now, don't do it out of luck, but do it because you think it's the right time.
All right, Shiku, would you get married again?
I told you.
I'm asking you.
I wanted to ask you, did mom send you? Anyway, marriage for me is not the goal. The goal for me is to be met by the love I explained. Yes. So marriage is not the goal for me. And when something is it's such a broad concept, then you also have to accept that it might not come from, that sort of love might not come from a romantic partner. It could come from a friend. It could come from a sibling. Could come from a relative. I wanted to say a parent, then I remembered. No. But for me, that is a goal, to be met by a love that allows me to live very authentically.
Okay.
Yes.
Victor, would you get married again? Would you say I do?
I think I have a problem. I think lover boy syndrome.
You would. You're like, again.
but what I'm seeking more is partnership. And I don't have that delusion anymore.
Okay.
And that's why I think even for me right now, it's even harder to date someone who's not been married before and has all these
dreams
about what it's supposed to be.
A fairy tale.
A fairy tale, whatever. Because I'm like, it's not about that. It's about partnership and like building together. So if that would happen at some point in my life, then fine. But also I'm very aware now. So I can clearly see, like even in like from interactions, like we'll just, let's say even a first date, you'll just say something, I'm like,
can't do this.
And that's the thing about when you're divorced,
it
sharpens your eye. You're able
Shine
to
your
be like,
eye well. You're just like, wait.
rest will just be problems.
You can see it from the get-go.
Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
okay. So if someone came to you today saying you're about to get married, what should you tell them to do differently from what you did?
So first I'd ask them, are you complete by yourself? Is this person, do you feel like this person is coming to complete you? Do you have hobbies? Do you have a life beyond this person? How do you envision this marriage is going to play out? And I've had people who come and tell me they want to get married, and it's always that fairy tale story. And I'm always like, no. If that's how you're entering, I can assure you a few short years from now, I will be holding you as you break down and cry and tell me that your marriage has broken down. Get rid of that delusion. And as Victor said, realize it's a partnership. And it's just two complete people coming together to live a life. But ultimately, you have to do things by yourself. It's like your self-growth, that's up to you. Your career, that's up to you. You know, like there's so much independence, even in marriage. And that's not something that is talked about a lot. We always talk about marriage as togetherness. And we are doing everything together. But the honest truth is, there's a lot you will have to do by yourself. And there's a lot your spouse will have to do by themselves. And it's in that working together that you have a cohesive union. Yes. Otherwise, if I am working and you're not working on yourself, then what are we doing? It's going to fail.
What did you tell them to do differently than what you did?
I think the first thing I'd be like, is there any like red flags or incompatibility things you've seen that you're ignoring? Because a lot of times, like, you convince yourself, like, this one, I can do it. So, like, first of all, do you have, like, base principles that you have that you know these are non-negotiables? And if someone is not meeting this, then there's no point of trying to do it. Then the other thing is, are you doing it to meet other people's expectations? Is it like a thing you set out to do and say, like, by 28, I'm going to get married? And now because you have this person, you feel like, even if they have all these things, we need to do this to see it through to the end to just meet your goals. So I think that's another thing I could be like, be very, what do you call it? Like, saying about what your decisions are based off. Yeah.
And another thing also, have you spoken about your core values? I feel like that's a discussion.
Like, you need to be like, very aligned.
What are your core values? What are my core values? Are they aligned? Or dishonesty is okay for you and me, I'm an honest person? So things like that. There's so many things we don't talk about before we get married. And we have this perception that love is going to fix everything. Love does not fix everything. Yes, it doesn't.
Where? I'm curious, when it comes to now, we are rewriting the rules of love and redefining marriage itself. Are there unconventional setups that for you guys, you're just like, actually, this one is, you know, like,
it looks like something I could try.
Like, for example, lat marriages, living apart together.
Yes.
The minute muko hivi pamoja.
Oh, that one name. Lat.
Lat marriages. And there's a famous actress, I think Gwyneth Paltrow, that is always like, do not move in. Don't do it. Kila mtu akae kwao.
I would be open to a lat marriage. The first time I heard about a lat marriage, I was in my very early 20s, and it really piqued my interest. But then it was such an unconventional concept.
It was so far.
It was so, I couldn't even talk about it with anybody. Then now, over the last couple of years is when now I'm seeing, now more people are talking about it. It's funny, I had a discussion with our mother.
I wonder how this went.
And she was asking me that whole thing, Wachiko, you know, maybe that was not your marriage. She's always saying that was not your marriage.
So let's just try again.
Let's try another marriage. I love our mother. She's eternally hopeful. And she said, so I told her, you know, Mom, what I've been thinking about is more like a partnership. Exactly. She was in the kitchen. She was in the kitchen. She even stopped chopping what she was chopping. And she said, partnership nedo magical. She said, you're either married or you stay single. You end up going out of money. It was so hilarious. And I was trying to explain to her how it works. And she said, but how will you know if you're being cheated on? And I said, and people cheated on in their own lives. I guess you never know. So it's still a very foreign concept. It's still going to be one of those things when you tell your parents, meet my partner, they'll be like, what is this? Why don't you just get married?
Not forget Gwyneth Paltrow, even Missy Nash. I don't know if you guys know that actress.
I know Missy Nash. There are so many. There's also Helen Fisher. She recently died, but she's a very famous, I don't know whether it's sexologist or something like that, but she died in her 80s. Yeah. And they were not living together with her husband. Yeah. Also, they got married, I think, a little later in life. But anyway, yes. There's so many people who are opting for that sort of arrangement. And for me, it's the sort of arrangement I would opt for. However, as I said, it would be so difficult to just get everybody on board, to get my family on board, you know, our father and our mother, you know, it would be very difficult, but it would work. I feel like, especially when you have kids, this is just my opinion. I feel like that's a more ideal arrangement because when you think about it, I typically tend to date people who have children. So if something progresses, let's say a relationship progresses and now we are getting married, then it means you are moving in with my children, you're moving in with your children.
Oh, we are a blended family.
Yes. But me and you chose each other. These children.
They're actually strangers.
That is very true.
This is your brother.
This is your brother. A blended family. I was not consulted. Like,
I didn't get to vet the siblings.
I'm not getting married.
You've not vetted your siblings, you know, and now
you're supposed to love them.
And you're supposed to love them. And I feel like that's a big ask for children because I didn't choose this.
Actually, that is very true.
So I feel like the separate households thing would work very well. And the truth is, so we say that there's this whole thing. There's this why do we get married? It's a question somebody asked in a movie, and I've been hearing a lot of podcasters quoting it. And it's the movie, it's called, I think, Save the Last Dance. I can't remember what the movie is called, but it's for Kitambo, the early 2000s. And the lady asks, so why is it that we get married? And she responds and she says, it's because we are looking for a witness. So the question I've been asking myself this last couple of years is, do I want to be witnessed every day? If I was witnessed twice a week. Isn't that enough witness?
Enough.
So then do we need to cohabitate to be witnessed? I don't know. I'm still in the process of just sorting the whole thing out. But you will know when an answer finally comes. Your mother will come and she'll say, neurological.
It's a last marriage. Victor, any unconventional setup?
And I think that's the first thing, like I mentioned. I don't think it's necessary to involve the government. Let's sign and be like, property, this is what we do in case this thing falls out. Like we have our own arrangement.
Yeah.
They don't need to be involved.
That's where we go wrong.
And then now, I think, like being raised as an only child, I don't think that would work for me. Like being totally separate. Because I've always yearned for community in a sense, but not too much.
Okay.
Because I want independence. Like, my setup would be, and this is something I've said a lot. Guys always like, I'm like, okay, we can live in one house. Okay, nice big house. But then we have like
wings.
Like connecting rooms.
Okay.
Like in the bedroom. So like you enter through one door, so the kids feel like we're still together, like it's one family. But when you enter, there's like two bedrooms.
Yeah.
So you have your own space and I have my space, and then you can have sleepovers.
But it's one house.
But it's in one, in one house. But then so if I snore and it's affecting your quality of life, then you can just be in your place and it doesn't disturb you. Like have your sex, go back to your rooms and sleep.
Wow.
And be like, if you want to cuddle, we can cuddle, and then at some point I can sneak out and go back to my place.
Okay.
Interesting. Like,
the thing is, when you've been, it's a lot of divorced people who say things like that.
Like let's let me ask you, what is informing? Ni mtu kukuudhi. Hata umenikera. Alafu hakuna mahali pa kwenda.
There's times where you're like if this person could just go to visit their sister.
It wouldn't be such a bad thing. It wouldn't be a terrible thing.
When's the last time
you visited your mom? Do you want to go visit your mom?
There's something we don't talk about. We don't have enough honest conversations about like what marriage really is
Looks like.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if we had more of those conversations, I feel like it would be, some of these things would be acceptable.
Yeah.
Having separate bedrooms would be acceptable. Right now, especially for people who've never been married, you propose something like that, they're like,
how do I get away from the love of my life? If you talk to me, I'll live in your skin.
2 years later, you're like, first he snores, this one is drooling, this one is pushing me out of the bed, he sweats.
Yes. And there's also space and desire, which is another concept that we don't understand.
Yeah.
Sometimes desire grows with space. That constant.
It makes you feel so used to
So for
someone.
real absence
You don't
makes they
see
had to
them
grow
in-
fonder.
It does. But that is also another concept that when you now bring it into marriage, it's also frowned upon. It's like, no, there should be no absence. But the truth is, desire grows with space. There's a book called, I'm a person for books. It's called Mating in Captivity. It's by Esther Perel. Everybody should read that book. Desire grows with space. And to keep marriage alive, you need desire. Like it or not, you need desire. I cannot start seeing you as my sibling, which is what
That's a problem.
is like, no, it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
True.
All right. So I want us to now jump into our last segment, which is hot takes. So quick answers, no overthinking. It's either yes or no. Maybe you can give us context. Sawa. Do women gain more or lose more in divorce? Gain more, lose more?
I say it's lose more.
Lose more? But you're not a woman. You know?
I
You're
can't
not
remember.
fucking
Maybe
a
another
woman.
life,
This one, I'm curious for the both of you. If marriage was truly good for women, do you think it would have been gate kept?
I've had that conversation.
Yeah?
No, I can see how women feel like it's
If it
totally
was
to the
that
benefit of the
good,
man.
yeah. If it was that good, then maybe it would have been gate kept.
Yeah, because men
Because now it's just easily
are in
accessible.
charge of all the systems. So of course it was not benefiting them. Then it would have been something they wouldn't advocate for.
Okay.
I feel like the right marriage, where you know why you're together, and it's not for love. Not for love the way we know love. It's like a very deeper definition of love. I feel like that can benefit both parties.
Okay.
But as it is right now,
Is the church helping marriages or adding pressure that makes people suffer in silence?
I think it depends on the church you go to.
Okay. Higher. Should divorce be celebrated the same way engagements are? Engagement party, bash, divorce party, bash.
I know. At
No?
that point, you're so tired.
Divorces are.
I'm just good to be here now.
I'm happy to be here. I'm happy I survived.
Yeah. It's giving
Divorces are such a sad affair.
Yeah.
It's like celebrating a funeral,
Yeah.
But and then also say celebration of a
Of
life.
life.
when-
Yeah,
say
but are you
that's not what you
celebrating?
feel.
Unless it's
You
your
don't
enemy.
feel very celebratory. No,
Yeah.
honestly, even if it's your enemies, that is painful.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not one of those things you celebrate. And something else that people don't talk about is the after effects of divorce. The process is the one thing. The divorce itself is another. Then there's the after effects. A lot of people are diagnosed with depression during that time.
It's brutal.
It's brutal. It is extremely brutal. And especially if you have a partner who is trying to, make the whole process even more difficult.
Yeah.
It's a very brutal process. Yeah. There's something certain pastor of us took us through. It's the levels of pain you go through in life. One is loss of a child. That's probably the most painful experience you'll ever go through. The second one, what do you
Loss
think
of
it
a
is?
partner.
No.
Loss-
It's divorce.
Divorce.
Then loss of a partner.
Then
Loss of a parent.
Wow. So the grief of the marriage is harder than the grief of
Losing
Especially
the
if you've
actual
been
partner.
together for a long time.
Yes.
Because this
You
has
feel
been
like a
your
part of
world.
you died.
It's every day you're
Yes.
together, like you have systems. So even up until now, like I still feel the ripple effect. I'm like,
wow.
that happened there.
Yeah. Finally, do you think Kenyans, or let's say people in general, are marrying for love, survival, or lifestyle?
Do I really want to answer that question? I think different people are getting married for different reasons. There are some who, obviously, it's lifestyle. You can see it.
Yeah, true.
There are some who it's financial gain. Love, I truly believe that there are people who are getting married for love or for what they
Think
think
love
or
is,
what they have decided love is. Yeah.
Okay, Victor.
No, same thing. I feel like it's survival was back in the day, like especially for women, because you couldn't be alone in a community, so many dangers, whatever. But now I feel like it's more, is that spontaneity of, I love this person, marry me, Jean-Pierre.
So I'm guessing you shall never go to Paris in Yibatu. The city of black mutakuwa kwendeni.
No, we might, and we might even go and put those little padlocks on
padlocks and lock it in.
And then lifestyle, like you have Pinterest, but especially for your generation, because the people I've talked to,
It's looking bad.
they're like, my friend group, people are getting married. I even started putting together my Pinterest and my dress and my. That's like, bruh.
My colors.
That's not the
That
point
is
of
not
it.
the marriage. That is the wedding.
Yeah.
Marriage is a totally
Different thing, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Victor and Shiku, for sharing.
Okay.
So, correct me. Maybe it's not that marriage is dying. Maybe it's that love is evolving.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like marriage is evolving.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So our parents taught us that love endures all things, but maybe we are learning that love must also respect all things, especially ourselves.
Yes.
True.
Okay. So whether you're married, divorced, single, or somewhere in between, we hope this conversation reminds you that love isn't a race, it isn't a reward, it is a reflection of who you are becoming. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've gotten this far, please make sure you leave a like, leave a comment down below, and of course, join our amazing SNS family. Before we clock out, I'll let my guests give a little shout out to their businesses, whatever it is that you'd like our friends to support, whether they choose to be married, single, or divorced. Support them nonetheless. Shiku, you can start.
All right. So as I said, I run a commercial cleaning and pest control company. We also offer soft landscaping and gardening services. So in essence, what we offer is hygiene facilities management for corporates. So if you are a property manager, if you are a developer, if you are a facilities manager in a bank or any institution. As I said earlier, I run a commercial cleaning and pest control company. We also offer soft landscaping and gardening services. So in essence, what we offer is hygiene facilities management solutions for corporates. So if you are a property manager, if you are a facilities manager in a corporate, if you are facilities manager in a hotel or service apartment, please reach out to us. We are Clean Space Services Limited, and we will be happy to work with you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shiku. Victor?
I'm Victor Peace across all platforms. So if you like stupid content, funny content, home type content, I'm the plug. But also run an agency. It's a boutique agency. So if you're also running an organization that is looking for out-of-the-box ideas similar to what I create on my platform, then yeah, we're the guys for you. Sure.
Last but not least, mko single. Are you searching? Maybe the person behind you, we are connecting you to your future partner.
I am currently single by choice.
Yes.
I'm not actively dating right now. As I said, I mentioned it that we lost the father of my children a couple of months ago. So my main focus right now is helping my children navigate that grief.
Yeah.
But I will be open to dating very soon. Yeah.
I leave her number. I'm joking.
No, you have to leave it for the business.
Yes. Business
The
inquiries.
business.
Don't
Victor,
call and ask.
are you
Can I
single?
speak to Shiku?
Single, Kiasi, but no, it's a weird time. No,
Okay.
I'm not looking for anything
All
right
right.
now.
So,
Yeah.
so do not reach
So
out.
do not-
I feel like when we say do not reach out, that's when you reach
I do
out.
not want to be reached out. I'm okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Shiku and Victor, for your time.
you.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next time. Bye. Bye.